Well, welcome to a full body stretch on Tuesday. You have a towel. Let's go ahead and grab it. We're going to use the towel today. I'm actually going to go ahead and start off with the towel. So before we even do any arm circles or anything like that, just taking the towel straight out in front of you, and we're going to do some around the world with the towel. And what I want you to think about is really putting some good tension on the towel, giving it a nice pull. And switch directions. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and face this way so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Starting with the towel at your chest. You're going to want to do a deep squat, reaching the towel over your head, really pull on it, like you're trying to pull it apart. Not that you're going to, but you're going to put that much tension on it. And as you do, you should really feel a nice pull on your shoulder blades. Do a few of those. Just reach and squeeze your shoulder blades as you stand it up. All right, last one of those. And then I'm going to go ahead and get into a little bit wider stance and go into a lateral lunge while I'm reaching the towel. So sinking back into your glute as if you were going to sit on a chair on the one side and then pulling the towel as you stand up. You want to keep your knee over your ankle. You can really sit back. You should feel a nice tug on the inner thigh of the straight leg. There should be no tension on either knee. If there is, we probably need to take a look at your form. All right, let's do one more to each side. All right, and I'm gonna put the towel behind my neck just for a second and go back to the side. And I'm gonna pin one arm right here and rotate up. Eyes follow your hand to get a nice T-spine rotation. And then bring it up, go to the other side. Pin that forearm. Reach up, eyes follow your hands. All right, bring it back to center. Put your hands between your knees. You kind of sink all the way down. You grab onto your toes, pushing out against your knees. Just a little bit. Kind of rock back and forth. Good, keep those forearms in there and stand it up. All right, taking that towel again. Now I'm just gonna reach it over my head. You can bring your legs in a little bit closer together. Now we're going a little bit behind and a little bit in front. Stay behind, trying to open up those shoulders a little bit more, keep some good tension on there. Let's just get 3 more of those. Reach it back, reach it forward, reach it back, reach it forward, and one more, reach it back, and reach it forward. And now we're going to face this way, and still keeping some good tension. Let's just go ahead and get a side bend, pulling down with the arm that's closer to the floor. Should give you a pretty nice little gentle pull on the side of your hip. And then let's go ahead and go to the other side. And I'm pulling a little bit more with that hand that's closer to the floor. And let's go one more to each side. All right. Doesn't that feel nice? And then bring the towel behind your head. And we're going to do just a little pull, alternating pull, side to side. Just get a little more movement in those shoulder blades. Before we go ahead and set it down. I'm just gonna go ahead and now put it behind me. And in this position, pulling down with the hand that's closer to the floor. Should feel a nice gentle tug once again behind that shoulder blade. We're trying to get it from all angles. And let's go ahead and switch sides. And pulling with the one that's lower to the floor. Get a nice pull on the back of that shoulder blade. Nice, and bring it back up. And let's just get some nice trunk rotations with it. We may use it again, but for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and set it down. Awesome. And then if you've got a doorway or a corner of a wall, I'm gonna use my chair just here so you can get an idea. We do backward lunges a lot for our hip flexors, but if you're up against a wall, better than a chair, or you're in a doorway, you can really kind of get more of a stretch in your chest. So I encourage you maybe on your own, or if you've got a doorway while you're watching this, if you can do this in a doorway, that's great, or even against a corner. And as you do that, you can go up and down, reach up on the doorway, door frame, or reaching up on the corner of the wall. As you go up and down, that's going to give you a little bit greater hip flexor stretch. I'm always trying to find a way to get a little more into our hip flexors. And then if you are up against the corner or up against the door jamb, it'll give you a little bit more stability if you want to go ahead and grab that back foot. There's always a balance challenge there. And as you lean up against the door jamb, again, it's just going to give you a little bit better stretch in that hip flexor. And of course, squeezing the glutes of the leg that's back is really going to help as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Just bringing the chair over here. Again, pretend I'm in a doorway or up against a corner. I don't have any good corners right now that I could actually show you what that looks like. But just reaching up as you go up and down. Ideally, you're sliding against a wall or against the door jamb. Just a few times, and really squeezing that glute. And then using your wall or whatever it is for a little extra stability. Go ahead and grab that back leg. Really squeeze the glute. Get a little bit more of an intense stretch in that hip flexor. When you squeeze the muscle on the other side, it causes the muscle we're trying to stretch to have to relax a little bit more. So always a good strategy if we're trying to stretch the muscles in the front to squeeze the muscles in the back. All right. And then I'm just going to push the chair right back up here. Just to get a little bit more range of motion in there. I'm going to go ahead and do some of the ones that we regularly do. Just come back, lift your knee, and then you're going to go right into that hip hinge. Bring it up, back down again. We will just do 3. Squeeze into that hip hinge. Bring it up, down. This time let's do a little side bend. Come on up, go into that hip hinge. Feel a nice stretch in the hamstring there. And before I'm totally done on this side, I'm going to go ahead and go down all the way to my knee one more time. And this time, pin my forearm on that front knee and get a nice T-spine rotation there. And then staying right here, I'm going to do a little bit of punching as I lean into it a little more. Okay, we're just going to do 5, so there's 2. We're going to push and pull. And on that last one, hands behind your ears, and you're going to rotate 5 times towards the front leg. Last one. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. As you come down, Good, give yourself a little side bend. Then take your forearm, pivot against that front knee. Get a nice T-spine rotation there. Good. Now we're going to do 5, push and pull. All right, last one here. And this time as you come up, bring those hands behind your ears. Let's get 5 T-spine rotations towards the bent knee in the front. Well, they're both bent, but towards the front one. And last one there. Nice. Now, as long as I'm on my knee, I'm going to go ahead and get on all fours. And to start, I'm going to do opposite arm and leg reach. And then bring both of them to the side. Come back, down, and switch. Opposite arm and leg reach. Bring both your arm and your leg to the side. Come back, down, and switch. Let's do 3 on each side. So 2 more. Side. Switch. And switch. All right, last one here. Awesome. Bring it down. And then before we go on into a tall plank, let's get 5. Elbow behind your ear. And a little bit more T-spine rotation just to open up that upper back. One more on this side. And switch sides. Two more. All right. And then I'm going to bring my knees just a little bit wider, sink it back, reach those arms out in front of you. Okay, thumbs pointing towards the ceiling to start with. And then go to one side, doesn't matter which side. Put one hand on the floor, put the closer hand on top of it. And then I want you to pull, really pull with the hip of the arm that's on the floor. You should get a nice pull in the back of your shoulder. Okay, come on up, let's go to the other side. Same thing, plant that arm on the floor, pull with that opposite hip. Get a nice tug on the back of that shoulder. Nice, and bring it back here. And let's go ahead and come into a nice tall plank position. And the first thing I want to do here is let's go ahead and put your heels down. Okay, so of course your butt's going to be in the air. Pushing against the floor as much as you can. Nice calf stretch there. And then let's do 3 leg lifts on each side. Squeeze those glutes. Last one. And go ahead and switch. Last one. Good, and come on down back into that tall plank position. And we're gonna go ahead and do the world's greatest. So one leg comes towards the front. Try to squeeze the glute of the leg that's straight. Rotate, eyes follow your hand to the ceiling. Hang out there just for a second. And back down. Go ahead and switch sides. It's okay to help your front foot. I usually have to. Go ahead and rotate up, eyes follow your hand. And bring it down. All right, staying in that tall plank position. Rock 3 times, forward and back. And then we're going to take one leg, shoot it underneath you. Feeling a nice pull on the side of that leg that's underneath. Good, bring it back. And let's go ahead and set it down on the floor and lean right over it. You should feel a really nice pull in the side of your glute there. Awesome. Go ahead and bring it up. Same thing, other side. Shoot that other leg under. Hang out there just for a second. And bring that leg up front. Sink right down over it, as much or as little as you feel comfortable. Awesome. Go ahead and let's bring that back up. Back to that tall plank position. Position your feet a little bit wider than you normally would. And I want you to go ahead, we're gonna reach, bring that arm out right behind you and switch. Let's get 3 on each side. Forward reach, side, back. Reach, side, back. Reach, side, back. Let's get 1 more on each side. And back. Awesome. Once again, just hold that tall plank for a second. Really feel those abs engaging. Let's go ahead and rock just a little bit forward to back. And then from there, let's go into a hover position. So that means your knees are not on the ground. Okay, but you should still feel your abs actively engaged. Rocking forward and back. Just a little bit. Nice. All right, go ahead and bring it all the way down. I'm gonna go ahead and face this way. And now, bring one leg out to the side. I want you to find wherever spot it feels like you're not getting, again, a nice good pull on that inner thigh. Let's go ahead and once you find that spot, just rock back and forth there a couple times. And on that last one, sink it back. Take the arm of the knee that's bent. Cross it over your body. I'm probably just trying to make it look like a pretzel, but you should get a nice pull back behind your shoulder again in a slightly different way. And come back to center. Go ahead and switch sides. Find whatever spot feels good, like you're getting that inner thigh stretch there. We're going a little forward and back. On that last one, again, go ahead and sink it. Take that arm, reach it across. Get a nice tug behind your shoulder. I do want to show you really quick, if you don't like getting all the way on the floor, if you don't like crunching yourself all the way over, you can always use a couch or a padded chair or something like that to accomplish something similar. You're still getting on your knees just because of the angle, but to get a good stretch on the back there, you can always take one arm and put your elbow, so that you can see, with your thumb up, and you're gonna lean towards the way of the arm that's there. So you're still pulling diagonally, but that's giving you a little bit more traction. You all know this is just a broad bed, right? All right, let me go ahead and switch sides. So you're just going across, making sure that you're anchoring with the elbow that gives you the most pull right here. Lean towards the hip of the arm you've got on the couch, thumb towards the ceiling. You should get a really nice pull there behind your shoulder blade. Then of course, another thing you can do with your couch is if you do have a hard time grabbing that back foot, you can always put your foot up on your couch to do these great hip flexor stretches where I'm always saying if you can grab your foot. If you can't grab your foot, try positioning it on the couch or something first. And then once you find your balance, you can still get a great squeeze and you're gonna actually feel a much more intense stretch there in the front of that thigh. I'll go ahead and do that on both legs before I go into the next one here. So I think, again, the easiest way to do it is from a kneeling position. Just put your foot up there first. Then bring the other one forward. If you still need something for balance, make sure there's something nearby. Squeeze the glute of the leg that's on the couch. Reach that arm up in the air. If you want, you can lean back a little bit, but don't arch your back. If you lean into it, just folding yourself closer so that you're not arching right here. All right. And then bringing it back down. We're going to actually do some Supermans on the floor today. Something I don't normally do. But going all the way on your stomach. Okay, this is a great way to do these. You can put your head on a towel or something on the floor if you'd like, so that your neck is relaxed. But from this position, thumbs facing the ceiling, trying to make a nice wide position first. Coming out, making the letter T, and then bringing your arms behind you. You can hinge them up like this, reach them straight over your head, come out, and back. This is a really good one to open up the shoulders, work on some of that upper back strength. And you feel like you can fly, so why not? Overhead reach. And I love doing just a little rotation there. Thumbs towards the ceiling. Letter T. Come on back. Let's do 3 more. Come into like a letter W. Straight over your head. There's 2. All right. Nice. All right, and then from this position, I'm actually just going to go ahead and roll over. Rolling over is sometimes the best part. So on my back, I never put my hair in the right spot for that. That's okay. So a couple things we're going to do here. We're going to go into a glute bridge first. So what I want you to do, push through your heels, squeeze your butt cheeks, so lift your hips off the floor. Okay, once we're here, let's bring those arms over your chest. You can lock your fingers, reach up over your head, give it a good pull. That should feel really nice on your shoulder blades. Okay, from this position, keep your arms where they are. And we're gonna do a march. Okay, you're not doing a rocket kick here, just extend one leg until it's parallel with the other. And we're gonna alternate. Make sure you're pushing through your heel so you feel your glute muscle activate. If you're feeling too much of your hamstring, I want you to just think about the glute and don't squeeze too hard. Take 2 more on each side. Last one here. And last one here. Nice, and then go ahead and set down. And then from here, I want you to keep your feet on the floor. Don't let your hips move. Okay, we've done this one before. You're gonna reach across your body. See if you can get as close as possible to the floor on the other side. Don't move your hips. Okay, and then circle around. Let's get 3. You're trying as hard as you can to get the floor on the other side without moving your hips. Circle around. 1 more. And circle around. Let's go ahead and switch sides. And get to that floor on the other side. You should feel a great pull right there. Come around. Reach it, nice diagonal reach. Come around. And reach. And circle. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and come on your side. And all I want you to do, the arm that's on the floor, use that to pin your knees down. And we're just going to do a little open and close with the top arm. The whole point of having your hand on your knee is to keep your hips from trying to help. Okay, so we don't want those hips to move, just the arm. Let gravity try to take it to the floor on the other side of you. We're opening up the chest here. Still working on that T-spine mobility. Let's give it 3 more on this side. Last one. Oh, got the floor on that one. And then I'm just gonna flip over. Of course, we gotta do the other side. All right, pin that knee down. Keep those hips nice and steady. Ooh, this side works a lot better today. Just let gravity take it, don't force it. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. All right, one more time on your back. And from here, we're just gonna do this delicious hamstring flossing, is what it's called. So put one hand behind your leg, dig in there, see if you find any tight spots. All we're doing is bending and straightening. If you do find a tight spot, stick your fingers in there. Let the muscle contract over your fingers, you feel it sliding across. Get 2 more on this side. Nice. Now before we go to the other side, cross that leg over the other one, ankle on your knee, and you're gonna pull it and hug it to your chest. You should feel a really good pull right through here. Set that foot down, and we're gonna shift that leg, hold on to the side of your knee, and you're just pulling. You should feel that all the way up. If you're able to pull across your body, that's great. As much or as little as you're comfortable. Let's go ahead and do the other side, and we might call it a day. So go ahead and dig those fingers into the back of that hamstring. Bend and straighten. If you find any spots in there that are a little tender, just leave your fingers there. Get a nice little massage. Let's go 2 more. Nice. Now go ahead and cross that one over. Pull it to your chest. You should feel a nice pull again down the back of your hamstring, but also side of your glute. Set that foot down, slide your knee over. Try to keep your hips right where they are. And just pull with that hand on the side of your knee. You should get that in a little different place towards the top of your glutes. All right. Both hands behind your hamstrings. Go ahead and sit it up. Reach up. Fold forward. Separate those shoulder blades. Nice. I'm going to flip it over. Walk my hands towards my feet. Walk towards each other and then stand up. And that'll do it for today.